Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Banknote Trading, where we take a look at US dollar pairs in the Forex market. Today, we'll start by taking a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour chart, and we'll start by mapping out the current range. And so, this is the range we've been dealing with. As you know, overall swing structure is bearish, but of course, since August, it's just been consolidating. That's what we've been saying: break structure to the upside, break structure to the downside, barely. Just holding on to this support area, holding on to this resistance area. We're really only consolidating. This is not a trending market. It hasn't been a trending market all month. We'll wait to see how this week plays out, and hopefully we get more of a trend starting in September. But right now, price is at this area of support. We'll see if it does push down. Not looking for any type of opportunity to buy or sell at the moment, even if it does get past this area of demand. Waiting to see a definitive direction on price, as like I've been saying, it's been consolidated. And the longer it stays in a range like this, the less likely it will be that the price continues to range. So overall swing structure bearish, so it could continue. But like I said, since it has been consolidated so long, all month, it could break out in either direction. But the dollar index is gaining strength. So if it does continue to do that, then likely it can continue this trend back down. But right now, like I said, it's not really trending, which is what I've been saying. On this video, GBP USD. Let's go map out the current range. And a similar situation. This was the last bearish leg that broke the previous lows of the previous range, and then it retraced back 100% to the strong lower high, and then seller step back in. And then posted real corrective, real choppy, back down to this area of demand. Buyer stepped back up and broke structure to the upside, but again, continued this choppy ranging price action. Came back down. No real impulse into back down into discount. So just like with Euro USD, looking for any type of momentum push in either direction. Well, this is more likely to continue to go down since it already has made a did impulse out and break structure to the upside. Could we consider this a lower high than this high? But again, overall, since it did retrace internally all the way back up to where this range started, this price leg, I was looking to see if any direction can be made. Not looking for any opportunity right now until there is a momentum picks up in either direction, just like with Euro USD. And we briefly go over DXY, the dollar index. We've been paying attention to this this trend line. It's not really it's holding up, as you can see, but no definitive direction on price. And overall, this just like the other US dollar pairs, it's just been choppy. Again, it's just like Euro, break structure to the downside, break structure to the upside, break structure to the downside, holding on to support here and holding on to resistance here. All month, pretty much just ranging sideways, consolidating sideways. It is starting to gain strength after hitting this area of support. It's what kind of consolidated, kind of broke out past this trend line once again. It is in premium of this overall structure and could continue to take out these highs and start targeting the highs internally of this overall range. But this is the area of supply its prices reacting from, but it hasn't been able to push down, start taking out these lows. So that's why it's all just consolidated, ranging sideways, waiting to see if it can continue. If it does start taking some of these highs, you'll be looking for any type of buying opportunity if it does continue to gain strength. But right now, still looking just choppy sideways. AUD USD. Let's go map out the current range. We'll map out this current 4-hour range. But of course, as we've been saying here about your AUD USD, this overall range is really the structure it's been in. Kind of broke out, but continue to just be holding on to this area of support, with the resistance being at these highs in this current structure, this 4-hour range. This bearish swing leg, with this being the lows that we're taking out. Really consolidated under here, and then buyer step back in, now consolidated again. This is a little more bearish than the other US dollar pairs. but no real strength in any direction. Waiting to see if any of these lows can be taken out. Then I'll be looking for any type of opportunity to sell once it does retrace. As the dollar continues to gain strength, could be looking at a sell now. This is bearish swing structure. It consolidated, but now fractal structure is starting to break down. Also, once it's taking out some of these lows, maybe it makes another lower high internally. We're possibly looking for a sell to target the lows with the overall range. But right now, it's still just consolidating sideways, reacting from this area of support. This area of supply. It's the last area that broke structure to the downside, waiting to see if this price can move past the lows of this overall range. NZD USD, let's go map out the current range. And this is even more bearish than AUD USD, as we've been saying. Of course, this is the bearish swing price leg. Came back retraced, didn't come back into premium or into any significant area. This would have been the area of supply that pushed prices down. And now it is starting to push down regardless. I think buyer stepped back in, broke structure kind of to the upside, just left this gap, never really got filled, started consolidating, but now starting to slowly push. It is choppy. It's nothing like good price action, but it can still target these lows. And then I'll be looking for any type of selling opportunity. If it does start to retrace, form another lower high, I'm looking for a type of selling opportunity to take prices to the downside. But we'll see if momentum can pick up. In order to do that, I like to see momentum push and make a definitive break under these lows, and then look for any type of retracement to sell. GBP AUD, let's go map out the current range. Of course, this is the overall swing structure range, with that being the strong lower high. And of course, price reacted from this, broke out of this trend line it was floating with for a while, and started to consolidate. Well, not consolidate, but push down in choppy corrective nature. Broke structure to the downside, got past this area of demand, and continued to break structure to the downside with no definitive measure, no type of impulse in that direction. So overall, of course, with this being the lower high, overall swing structure bearish, but internally it has been gaining strength, making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Did have a deep retracement back toward that strong lower high, but right now internally it did break structure to the downside. So it does line up with that overall swing structure of the overall range, but this is still consolidating. Didn't really form a lower high from this high. So I'm waiting for that to line up. If this can break down and form a definitive like a lower high, any type of selling opportunity, continue prices to target the lows of the overall swing structure. But I'll still be cautious of how buyers have been pushing this to turn this chart, at least on the 4-hour chart, back to break this lower high in order to flip the bias to bullish. It will have to get past this trend line, and then we'll have to start taking out some of the highs, the liquidity sitting over these highs. But for now, waiting to see if any type of momentum picks up in either direction. GBP NZD, let's go and map out the current range. And it's, of course, overall swing structure bearish, just like with GBP AUD. But again, buyers step back in internally, making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And I was saying this is a descending channel, possibly a bull flag. Looking to see if there's going to be a breakout of this descending channel here. It looks like it's starting to. I'd like to see a little more impulse. Again, I just be careful because overall the swing structure is bearish, but would still expect this to take out this lower high of this overall swing structure, since it has been pushing out of this demand zone. Buyers have been pushing impulsively, and this is clearly a corrective pattern with liquidity sitting over these highs. It is starting to break out. If it does continue or momentum picks up, we'll be looking at any type of buying opportunity just with lower risk because it does not coincide with the overall swing structure. Oh, I said overall swing structure, bearish but internally bullish. And I just expect with this type of impulse, this lower high to be taken out after it breaks out of this channel. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining us.